Hello everyone. So I'm going to do a vlog. Never done this. Going to see how it turned out. And I'm getting this on the first book I'm reading on the month of August, and it's going to be The Creeper by A.M. Shine. This is the author of probably you have ever seen the series. He created the Watchers, which is a series on Netflix. There is like a sequel as well for the Watchers, Turn Out the Light, I believe. He also wrote another novel which I recently bought, which I don't have the name here. And this was the second book. Then he wrote the second sequel of the Watchers, and then he wrote that one that I have. The most interesting thing is that all of his novels so far are setting on Ireland, and they are horror. There's slow burning horror. I started, as I said, today, and this book it's again called The Creeper, and basically what says here, just so you understand, it's I'm not going to talk about this, maybe it's not important for you guys. So basically we follow two characters. One is Ben, and the other it's I already forgot the name, Chloe. And they were tasked by a university professor to do some kind of investigation on a town. This town is quite hidden. It has no contact with civilization. It has become a bit of forgotten in time, and there is no roads living there. There is the town, the same town, and the people are there and they don't leave or never, well, no people enter, at least as far as they say. It has no internet, so no telephone and so on. So, and they are tasked to because Ben and Chloe, they are like they work with history, archaeology, and other related types, and the objective is to go there, grab the information about the town, about interview some people, know more about the town itself. And one of the things that he focused most of in his work, at least that's what he hinted, is that he tries to understand the oral traditions, so it depends on what he gives an example or two, but basically imagine that the oral tradition of some kind of demons that people say or do kind of things in their daily lives in these small towns, because they were taught by their grandfathers or grandmothers to do that, or else the Satan would come to them or something like that. So basically he focus on the oral traditions. In this case, this professor says, okay, you have to interview them as you wish, but there is like the only thing I know about this town is there is an oral, like a monster or something like that, which is the creeper. And so he begins interviewing them. In the beginning, they are very unresponsive and cooperative, wanting them to leave that place alone, but still they accept their presence there and say, okay, you have until the nightfall. And so he begins the interview, these interviews, and nothing major, nothing is given to understand the reason why they don't leave. He learns that they don't leave, neither their parents, nor neither them or um, their their children will never live. But it's not given much about that. There is kind of, that there are secrets behind them, okay? Creepers behind them. And then there is one thing that one of them said, because he asked one girl, which has like a deformity, saying, "Why should I live? I don't look right. I will never be chosen." Interesting that Ben doesn't really focus on that part, but this part here, I will never be chosen. There's something here, and let's see. So, as I said, the book is great. It reads fast as hell. I mean, I started reading this book in the morning before going to work, and I read 66 pages in one sitting. My travel usually takes around 40 minutes, so I read more than one page per minute. I'm on my lunch break and I'm reading. I'm already page 87, probably arrive to the page 100 or something before going to work again. And I hope to skip this and to read this book in a shortly manner in a couple of days, in 2 days or so, because this book reads so fast. It's interesting that and I'm enjoying my travel to The Creeper by A.M. Shine. I will get back to you probably at when something happens, or at page 200, something like that. Yesterday, second day. So yesterday I talked with you about the book I'm currently reading, which is The Creeper. Unfortunately, well, I talked with you Monday. Yesterday I didn't have this chance to read. I had a lot of work. Today I'm reading the book. I'm already on page 200, so 100 pages to go. Probably going to finish today. I don't know. I'm pointing some stickers here about the parts that I'm currently, something that I want to talk in my review. And about the book, what can I say so far? So last time that we spoke, they were investigating the Creeper and that town, and now basically the book evolved. So basically, of course, they saw the Creeper, or else this book will be a non-fiction book about delving into to a supernatural being that people believe. So they saw this monster, and first time while they were there waiting for to day to break, and they can leave the place. They arrive at their home, and they start working on the project to provide to Carl, which is the guy that ordered them to go there, or not order, but pay them to be there. And then at the second night they saw the monster again, this time a bit closer, as the children has made that brief music. First day it's so far away, second a bit near, and the third time at the window, and the fourth time we are gone. So this is the second time, and so the first time they thought it was something weird, but she was a bit problematic with it, like she was afraid. He doesn't believe it, so he doesn't really talk much about it. But the second time he tries to find the guy, because he saw and tried to leave the house and find the guy, but the guy disappears. So now it's a bit different, although he still does not believe about this monster. What's most interesting here is Carl, which is the the benefactor, if you can call it that, about all of this investigation, because we learn more about him. It seems that his family was involved on this. They saw this thing, as he did as well. Unfortunately, the mother passed away due to that, and the father as well afterwards. But he, since then, has become obsessed with it, and his house is all boarded up. It's something like a manor, all with the curtains, and not curtains, but like things that go down and close completely the light of the outside of the house to his house, because if he sees him again another day, he's gone. So, and explains how this happened and so on. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying so much this book that I had all of his books, to be honest. I never read it, but that's how I work, just to know what more that this author did or create. All of them are pretty much Irish focused folk horror. The first is now a series. It's stickers here, which is unfortunately, which is The Watchers. Then there is the sequel, which is called Stay in the Light. It's the same character, but the author, I read an interview. Usually I don't do this, but he read the interview and he said, okay, he had the means to do a follow-up, and he will continue, maybe, if there is interest on that. Doesn't want to give much, but basically if the person survives, he wants to do more. The last book he wrote, the fourth book he wrote, was The Grace. This one is signed, as you can see there. This is a Goldsboro edition that I purchased, and it's signed. I knew there are some authors which I don't have to read the book to know I'm going to enjoy this, and so that this is one of them. And this book is surpassing my expectations. So yeah, I'm enjoying. Let's see if I finish my my vlog about this book in today or tomorrow. If I have the same shirts, it's today. Let's see. Thank you and see you soon. One of the most interesting things here reading this book, and I'm reading page 228. I read like 30 pages in probably 15 minutes. This book reads fast, and when I say fast, it's very fast. Also, I've seemed to notice that the way he writes things is kind of interesting, because the book turned a bit more dark in terms of pressing. They have less time after confrontation with Alec. They had less time to live or to survive, whatever you want to call it. But and the book conveys that part brilliantly. The way it's written, the way the information is written, it's beautiful. I'm really enjoying this book, how it's written, and how it's conveying the story, how it's showing the story, and so on. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to show you something. Okay, so I'm going to read like a not one chapter, but one phrase. Shadows were growing through the earth. They spread like a disease from the western wall, seeing the extent of color, leaves that leaves had clustered around the last step by the manor's front door and now crunch beneath Ben's boot. So I can read faster, okay, but it's because the book is very far away and it's confusing. Behind the oak, the evening sky was cloudless, orange cocktail of light. The sun sculled between their branches like a guest slipping away from a party not wanting to be seen. So you know the dark is coming and the monster is coming, and so the way is portraying this image of the how do you say it, the night appearing, the not dusk, the dusk. Yeah, it's beautiful. This author really shows that he's good portraying the thriller part, the horror part, and conveying in a beautiful manner. This is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I don't have any doubts. Yeah, so far, let's see. I have 80 more pages to go. I hope I'm not wrong. Different shirt, different day. So basically, I end up reading and finishing the novel yesterday at around 1 o'clock in the morning. My family was already asleep, so I could not speak about it. And I thought, okay, let me think about this book throughout the night and the morning. Okay, so as you remember, for me it was like 2 days ago. For you it was like 1 minute ago. When I was on page 220, I was enamored with this book. I was thinking maybe this is going to be one of my favorite horror writers or books of all time. And although I may say it's very good and it's going to be a top suggestion for me to suggest someone to read horror, a fast-paced horror, for example, I am not enamored with the book anymore. The ending destroyed a bit of that vibe I was feeling with the horror folk and so on. And this is going to be spoiler, and I cannot talk without about this without spoiling. So beware. I'm going to put in the subject that this is going to be a spoiler. But basically, it seems that there is no monster. And basically the town has been killing people. And this makes no sense to me. And why does it make any sense? So first of all, it means that one person would always have to be near Alex's house just to scare him. Why not kill him if they wanted to do that? Why go for generations to kill them, to be always there, a person? What kind of life, what kind of situation you have to be like a person always be there near him and his family and so on? It's kind of weird. This doesn't make any sense, to be honest. I didn't enjoy this part. I didn't enjoy this part. I believe the ending destroyed everything that was good on the book. I enjoyed that it doesn't end good to help some characters. I always find that horror is a mixed bag. You can have a good ending and a bad ending. And what I mean by this is that sometimes the good guys win, sometimes the good guys don't win. And the good guys not winning, it's a good thing, can be a good thing. And the bad guys winning can be a good thing as well. So, there isn't like a formula. The good guys should not always win, or else the book is boring. And here they don't win, which is amazing to see it in this book. Fortunately, the way he told us about this monster that was appearing, this creeper, I didn't enjoy it. I felt that it was the easy way out, you know, because this could have become a real monster due to the family of the Alec, and how, what they do with that other character. I don't want to enter more on that, but basically, you could put some kind of supernatural thing in the novel, and it would be lovely. It would be lovely if they were killed, as they were, by the supernatural, or even by the town sacrificing them to this being, you know. But saying that there is no monster, and why I am saying this, you know, there are some things here that I show you previously, you know. Okay, one of the first that I put there was this part here on page 29, where Alec is telling about, well, not telling, but he's showing, not showing, the author is showing us Alec's work. And he says here, okay, he's interviewing a couple about some kind of, again, monster, whatever. And he says here, my wife has seen it and heard enough. The grandkids too, whenever they are visiting. And you? Ben asked, you haven't seen or heard anything? I will tell you a secret, Beacon offered, winking down to record it. Between you and me. It was all me. My life hasn't seen anything, but I told her that I've seen, and she believed every word. Her family's like that. There were a few nights that I crept out and hauled my head off, just so she could hear. Ending is spoiled in the 29th page. Okay, again, this does not mean I'm not going to read another book by him next month, or the next month, October maybe. But I'm going to read definitely, because I enjoyed the prose, I enjoyed the way the book is written, the characters is written. My only issue is the ending, how it was solved. Overall, very good experience. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I don't know if I'm going to do any more. Was it good?